Hello, welcome back. In this next sequence, we will be performing the exercise in a bear sit. So if you'd like to be up against a wall, you can find a wall to support your back a bit here. And I'll show you what we'll be doing and talk through it before we get started. So this is a bear sit, and my feet can either be flexed or kind of relaxed, not as important. We're going to be providing pressure with our arms onto our legs, and we're going to be providing pressure from our legs into our arms. So we're using our body to brace. These are called isometric angular loading exercises. So we'll be pressing our knees, trying to come together, bring our knees together, but our hands and our arms aren't allowing that to happen. So we're using our progressive tissue to try to press, and then we'll peel our legs away from our arms to work on our regressive tissue. So we're working again deep inside the hip capsule here, trying to create tension and strength and space within those hip capsules. So let's go ahead and find a wall and prepare. You can even move your meat out of the way and get down to your sits bones for greater stability. You can be sitting upright, you can be leaning back a little bit, whatever helps you to concentrate on strength, the accessing the tissue of your hips, if you can think about that. So let's take a nice deep breath before we begin. Now we're going to provide some pressure from our legs into our arms. Provide that pressure like at about 20% of your total strength and capacity. Keep breathing. Breathing into your belly, breathing into those hips. Now 5 more seconds, and then we'll pull our legs away from our arms. 3, 2, 1, and pull away. Reach those knees for the ground. Pull away, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Relax by either coming forward and shaking those legs out. Relax by sitting in a comfortable seated position. Now from here, we are going to do an exercise in between. So I'll turn around, and this kind of helps us to stretch out the hips. If a seated position doesn't feel good to you, you can definitely do this with your legs out in front of you. What we're going to be doing is rounding our back or flexing our spine, moving into extension. And we're using our legs to leverage. And we're tipping back and forth. We're tilting onto the back of our sits bones and tilting to the front. And you can even tuck your pelvis here and tilt your pelvis here. Exhaling on the flexion. Inhaling on the extension. I'm going to move my position back too. I like to leverage my knees here. You can really stretch your arms and find that stretch in your spine. Pulling on your knees to max out your extension here. Exhaling into flexion or a curved spine. Inhaling into extension. Reaching your chin up slightly. And exhaling. Moving towards the back of your sits bones. Tucking your pelvis slightly. Inhaling, moving to the top or front of your sits bones and extending your spine. Beautiful. Let's go back into one more set of those bear sit progressive angular isometric loading exercises. A mouthful. We call them PAILs and RAILs. So you're working progressive tissue when you're pressing forward into your arms, and you're working on regressive tissue as you're pulling your knees away from your arms. Okay, so let's go. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale you're going into about 20 to 30% tension, or your max available muscle strength, to press your legs into your arms, and you're pressing your arms into your legs. So you're providing that back and forth, that tension to keep your knees from coming together. You're activating your arms here, of course, to use the strength in your arms to keep your legs from coming towards one another, and you're pressing actively to bring your knees together. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're pulling your knees towards the ground, pulling away from your arms, pulling your knees. I'm shaking because I'm trying. Normal to shake and feel it's not something you normally do, so your body's trying to accomplish what you're asking it. You're reaching your knees towards the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax in whatever way feels good. You can straighten your legs, shake them out. And let's go back into that extension and flexion. Choose your position, whether you're seated in a cross-legged position or using your leverage behind your thighs. Let's take opposite breath patterns. So we're inhaling as we're flexing, exhaling on the extension. Inhaling and exhaling. Tucking your pelvis, flexing your spine, and tilting your pelvis back and extending your spine. And switch up your leg position to feel what feels best. You can tuck your chin towards your chest on the flexion. And reach your chin slightly towards the sky on extension. Back to neutral. And I'll see you soon for the next exercise.